Hello everyone, welcome back. It's Angela here today, and I am going to revitalize your crafting with another Summer Simples project. And this is a simple one, so I hope that you are excited to do something really relaxing. In fact, you could even do this as a mass make, and I've had some lovely hours over the last day or two putting some of these things together, and it's really basic. All right, so this is a collaboration with Rach and Bella, as you know. Not going to go through all of that. I'm sure you've heard it many times. We are on day 13, and that's me there. And my partner today is Belinda from Visualized NZ. So yesterday we had the lovely Wendy and Marie. Please go and have a look at their channels and see what they have to show you. Just phenomenal crafts from so many people. Anybody that you haven't covered so far, please go and check out what they have to share with you. Right, I'm going to put this to the side, and I'm going to show you what I have made and what I hope you're going to do too. So I've been making these very simple mini envelopes. They are super easy to make, and they only need to be printed on one side of paper. You can use them in many different ways in your journal. I'll give you a couple of ideas of how I use these. I thoroughly enjoy using them. I can use a lot of scraps to do this, whether that's paper, lace, fabric, whatever you have. And yeah, I just love gathering all the little elements and then putting things together on my craft mat here. So here's an example of one I've done with my rose background paper. I'm using the Country Retreats kits, Rachel's and myself, but of course any paper will suffice. Right, so we've just got two little banners here. I've put on one of my little die cuts for a frilly edge, piece of lace, and then a little circle with a lace flower and a flower on the top. You open it up, you've got stenciling on the inside. I did stitch this one, but I haven't stitched them all. You don't have to. And then you've got a little spot over here to put in whatever you want to. All right, so that's the one. This is using a different die cut I've used over here. Two of my little flowers, again a piece of lace, those buttons that I stitch onto fabric and then cut around them. I really like that look. Little bits of lace here, and I have made use of the fussy cuts from both Rach and myself. Again, it's just stenciled. I didn't stitch this one. I've just glued the two sides here, and again, get the bone folder. You've got a little spot to put things in there. All right, I didn't put any closures on these. They pretty much, if you burnish the edge at the top here really well with your bone folder, they sit pretty flat. All right, so that's that. This one I've used this background paper, so it's also from my kit, I think. Here's one from Rachel's kit now. I've used this lovely, is this hollyhocks that she's put on here. I have stitched around it. I've used a different die cut of mine, just a piece of it really. A piece of lace, two petals, a butterfly, one of these little jewels. These little jewels, I got these from Karen, a lovely subscriber of mine, and she said they come from Hobbycraft. So I really like these. These are all the colors I use, different sized gems. Yeah, really lovely. So if you're looking for something like that, yeah, petals, just put on one of those just to pick up the sort of teal color in that. And that's another one. Right, when you're putting these on your journal page, and I'm just going to pick any page that I can, well, yeah, this one will do. You can put them on your page like this, and then put in a tag. I'll grab one. Then you can take a tag and tuck it in there. So if you stick it on three sides, so that would be an option. The other thing you could do is put two of them on a page like that. And that also looks really nice. You can, of course, make these in different widths as well. And, you know, there's a multitude of things you could do with these. put a piece of paper here with a pocket, one on top. You can do all sorts of things, but really they are great to make. Right, if we don't need that. Okay, so I'm going to show you some of the things that I have used to do that, and we're going to put a couple together ourselves. Now guys, the first thing I want to say is I did use die cuts, which I cut. I used to have a nice doily die cut, but for the life of me, I've looked high and low in my super organized craft room, and I don't know where it's gone. There's two things that I can't find at the moment, and I don't know why, because I'm very thorough at putting them back, but I'm sure they'll turn up somewhere. The elves at play, definitely. Right, so if you've got a circle die cut or something with a bit of frilliness, use that. I was gifted this by the lovely Jackie a while ago, and I thought, well, I'm going to use this. I'm not sure where Jackie got this from. It didn't have a branding on it, but I really like it. All right, so I just cut out some of those, and I've used pieces of it. So for example, like that. Now, I've cut mine paper at, and I'll show you, 4 inches wide, but as I said, you can do that any width. Perhaps you want to make it to the size of a doily that you have. All right, so talking about doilies, you can use these sorts of things, and they fit really well. It's yeah, just pick one up. You can see that fits really well, cuts exactly in half, and we'll get to that in a minute. All right, so there's that sort of thing, doilies, so you don't have to use die cuts. If you don't have a doily die cut, I use this one. This is a Tim Holtz Sizzix Thinlits die cut. It is called crochet. All right, you get different patterns, and I use this to cut out these. So a really handy one as well. But as I said, you don't need to use that. You get lots of those little cocktail glass or wine glass coasters or doilies to use. All right, so that's the first thing. Then I did use a lot of circles that I cut out with my 1 3/4 or whatever circle punch or die cut you have. I then embossed them just to give it a little bit of dimension, so I've done that. I didn't do that with all of them. Some of them are just plain, so it just depends what you're doing. So these are just some of the elements that I have put together. Another thing I've used is the eyelash trim, a really good one. You can see I've put it behind here, so that is really a good one to use. And butterflies are a great element. These little flowers, which I've stuck on over there, are another one. Buttons, little scraps of fabric, all that sort of thing. Scraps of paper for, making banners. That's the word. All right. So go and see what you have. Flowers. I've got loads of flowers. These are the colors I've been using to go with what we're doing. But I have these in my shop if you guys are interested. I am going to put together, probably on the weekend, no, probably next week. Paige is having a couple of days off and she packs those for me. I just want to put together some boxes of assorted colors in the box. So I want to sell them as a complete set of X amount of colors already. All right, so I will put that in the shop. Right, now I'm going to do a couple of more ideas with you. Basically what I did was I cut strips of paper. So this strip of paper is 21 centimeters. That is 8 1/4 inches. If you've got 8 1/2 inches for the US size, that's absolutely fine. No problem at all. All right. This is from one of my background pages. This is the other piece of this, which is one of Rachel's pages. Again, 4 inches wide, that's 10 centimeters. You don't need to be precise for this, all right? So I'll give you the measurements of how I folded that in a minute. Then I also took my quilted paper. So this is the freebie that I did the other day, and this would work great with any of those freebies. This one I had printed on the underside, so if you're able to do that, great. But actually most of them I have just stenciled at the top. All right, so that's all you need to do. Right, let's grab this first one here. What I did was, I think 3 inches from the bottom, so 7.5 centimeters, I folded that up. Okay, decide which piece you want on the top and which piece you want on the bottom. Abby's making her presence heard. Bless her. Okay, and then 1 3/4 inches from the top. So what is that? That is about 4.5 centimeters. Okay, there or thereabouts. You just want to have a little bit of a flap at the top there, and you don't need to be too precise. Even if you want it higher, that's probably even better. All right, so there you go. So we want to do that. Now I'm not going to sew these. I am going to just ink them up here, and then once you've established where the flap is, see, I did it a bit wrong there. I then went and stenciled using my lacy stencil at the top. Okay, so the very next thing we want to do then, have your flaps at the top, and easy when you've got them stenciled, and then just take your glue and run a bead of it on the bottom flap like that. Okay, so we've got our 3 bits ready. I'm going to take one of them at the minute. Well, let's start with this one and put those 2 to the side, because I just want to show you something a bit different that I haven't got here yet. Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about these because, you know, a lot of us don't have die cut machines, and I wanted to show you what you might have that you could use. So I'm going to take my little doily. I'm going to use my Victorian velvet. I do want to grab a piece of paper. Let's just see here. Okay, so I'm going to just use this piece of paper because I don't want to colour up my whole desk. I've got Victorian velvet here on my little brush, and then from the middle outwards, because I did this yesterday, and you don't want to break the doily. You know, I thought go like that, but that didn't quite like it on the on the side. So you can do this as light or as dark as you choose. I'd go with a bit of a light version, and then you can always build it up. Not like I just did over there. Okay, so that way, and then a little bit in the middle, but we cover most of that, so it's more the edges. So now you have a pink doily. All right, now I can see the halfway mark here. Guys, please be very careful if you have these scissors. You can chop your finger off. They're that sharp. Cut it directly in half. Okay, and we're going to stick that on there like that. All right, so now it doesn't matter if it's not exactly at the top, because we will put some other goodies on there. Okay, so we've got that there, and now what I want to do is just put a bit of lace. I've got some cream lace. I'm going to put this directly over that section right there. Okay, just opened a new one of these so that I don't struggle. Okay, so we just get some, using the Fabri-Tac for the lace. I do find it is the best, but a lot of people are sensitive. It's got a strong solvent in here. Somebody asked me about these scissors, these 2 pairs. They are the Tim Holtz Tonic Studios Tim Holtz scissors. You can get them, this one comes in a tin, this one didn't, but they are on my Amazon favorites list, but they are super sharp, guys. But these ones are fantastic for fussy cutting, but please watch your fingers. Okay, so we've got that bit there like that, and now what I want to do is I want to take one of my embossed circles. All right, so I just emboss this with my Anna Griffin thing, but you're not really, it doesn't matter what you emboss with because you're not going to see it really. It's just lifting it up a little bit like that. All right, and then I'm going to just take two little banners which I've cut from my polka dot and my rose thingy, and really easy to do. I'll show you over there in a minute. I'm just getting the white bits off the banner. If you don't know how to do the banners, I just cut strips like this. What are they? They're about 3/4 of an inch wide. All right, take your scissors. What is that? It's about 2 inches. I'm just eyeballing it. And then at the bottom, get your pencil, make a sort of a dot in the middle widthwise, and I just hold the two together, go from that point there and that point there, and there you go. All right, simple as that. And this is all about simples because it's summer simples. Okay, so we've got these two here. I want to lap that one over a little bit, so I'm going to just do it at a slight angle. Just a little dab of glue there to hold them. There we go. You can make one shorter than the other if you like. Quite like that. And then I'm going to just tuck them underneath there and just see how far you want them to come down. So I think I'm just going to put some glue on it there so that I can position that properly. And I think that's where we want it. Now I like this board because I know that's my middle mark when I come to stick anything down, and I want it in the middle. All right, so we're going to take the glue again, those little banners. So we're going to just stick that on there like that. Do you like my butterflies? I got butterflies this time painted on. Don't know why she didn't go the other way when she was painting, but I do love my butterflies. Right, so now that we've detracted totally from what we're doing, again, I've got a little bit of this pink. I've got a little butterfly. This comes from my butterfly pages. I've got a digital on this, and a printed kit, butterflies and flowers. And then I've got a petal. This is the cream and the the cerise and the white, something like that. And then I got a little flower. Right, so I'm going to stick this on here. I'm loving the flowers on here. Yeah, this is the cerise and white. The other one's slightly softer and creamer in the middle. Right, so we want that there. I think that's in the middle. Yeah, see, you can move it over a little bit. Then, oops, grab your butterfly and put loads of your Fabri-Tac or your glue on. Loads, because I want to take this little bit of eyelash trim and make a sort of a oval. I'm just joining the two ends together to place it on here. Yeah, don't really want that corded bit to stick out on there, and we'll press that on there. And I did have, yeah, and while I'm at it, and it's not quite pressed, but I'm going to get a clip, I'm going to just take another dab of glue on top of the butterfly and put one of these tiny little daisies that I had in the ultimate bundle. Let me just check I've got that all central, and I do. Right, so just want to get one of these. I think these also come from Hobby Lobby. And I want to just grip that there like that so I can press it into shape. And then I'm going to just take these two little fussy cuts. I think these are from my kit I want to just stick those there, little cow, and I love that cow, and just these little roses that were there, and I'm going to get him on because I just love cows. You can hug a cow here in the UK. Go and hug a cow. I'd love to go and hug a cow. My daughter loves cows. I think we need to go find a hug a cow place. Right, let's put that one up there. Go on, sweetie. Let's take that off. Right, so there's that one. How cute is that? So we'll just leave that on there for a moment so it can press it into place. Oh, chair's squeaking away. Right, so let's have a little go then at the next one. So this is that piece of paper, and we're all good to go there. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to use the doily bit. All right, so that's the doily bit from the Tim Holtz die. Lots of glue going on here. I'm just going to use whichever one I pick up. So I want to just take it like that, put it there. Now this doesn't fit 3 on, which is unfortunate, so I want to centralize it. So I will have to cut off ends, and that's okay. So we'll have that, and then we will just take our scissors, and I'm sure I'll find some cluster or something to use them for. All right, so we've got that there. I'm quite happy with that. Move it down just a little bit. Okay. And then give that a nice burnish. It lies better. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to put a little bit of this pink trim across. Well, we could have it there. We could. Should we do that? Let's do that. Brilliant time following along with all the creators and all the amazing projects. I'm way behind because I've had so many videos to make and other things to do for everyone. So I'm going to be catching up. And I've been so impressed by it all. It's always inspiring for us, isn't it, to see what other people are doing, I think. Definitely. Right, let's just get that there. Happy with that. And then, got glue on my fingers. Again, I've just got one of these little circles that are embossed. So there we go. We'll get that stuck down. That was with the polka dot blue. Oh, I wanted to put banners on that, so thank goodness for Fabri-Tac. Got these 2 little banners. So this is the blue paper, like the pink here, but the blue. And then this again is the rose. So I do like this one. Right, so we're going to just get a little bit cross over here. Right, again, this is a cream one, with pink with cream center. Because we're in the country, lots of flowers are involved. No flowers were hurt in the making of this video. Now, I don't know if you guys recall, but a while back, 2 years ago, I made a video on how to make these butterflies with little flowers. I will remember today because I couldn't find the Suffolk Puff one. I'm going to have to show you how to do that today. I will link the video on how I made these, and I made loads of them. This is my last one, and it's so easy to do. You could roll these off. So I'm going to put this, and I think again I'm going to put a little bit of this. So let's just grab that quickly. Put it all around you. And to be fair, my desk isn't looking too messy. I don't like a messy desk. Let's try and get it stuck on here directly. Right, so we're getting there. We've got one more to go, guys. Just one more. And this is, I've used those two bases, and this is what I did with the larger die cut. So yeah, just cut a piece like that. You want to get some glue on that, and it lies pretty low. So I'm going to make it sort of at this point like that. So here is where I don't want any glue. There we go. Really mucky with the fabric tack, but you're going to stick things on top, so it's not the end of the world. Right, and again, take your bone folder and give that a nice squish. Right, now I'm going to take a piece of blue lace, and all these lace pieces and things, buttons, whatever, they're all available in my shop. Alright, so let's get this. 2 flowers. We'll put the pink at the bottom and the blue on the top. So, but you don't have to use flowers. You can use the lace bits, which I'll show you how I do that in a minute. So let's just get that there and that there. And then again, I've got a little button that I've stitched onto some of that pink fabric. We're going to just get that stuck right there. And there we go. Oh, left off the banners again. You don't have to put the banners on. We won't on this one, but they can go on there. They can go underneath the flowers, actually. Should we give that a go? And lastly, I've got these little boots with the flowers in, which are so cute. Oh, let's not use that. Let's use this. Okie dokie. Let's move that all out of the way. While that's drying, I want to just show you really quickly how to make one of these little Suffolk puffs. All right, really easy. Take a piece of fabric. This is 1 3/4 inches, so you're looking at about 3.5 centimeters. Okay, it's 7 inches long, so that's about, what is that? $18 centimeters. All right, and what you want to do is right sides together like that, and you want to stitch that bit there. All right, so once you've stitched that bit, then I want you to it'll be stitched, obviously. I want you then to fold it so that it meets up to that. That'll be stitched, obviously, so that you fold these in half so that the 2 sides meet together like that. All right, so I've done it with this one. There's the stitch line, and we folded them in half. And then what I did was, I used my sewing machine, but I actually usually do it by hand. It was just that I wanted to show you very quickly. Go and stitch by hand or with a sewing machine at the top edge, not the edge with the fold, the raw edge. All right, so and then what you do is you just pull those 2 bits together where you have stitched gently. I'm going to try and do it gently. And then you can knot those bits together, the threads, knot them. I usually tie a knot with all 4 and cut them off. All right, and then you'll be left with your little puff like that. You can put anything you want on there, a flower, a button, whatever you want. It's as simple as that. All right, and the same, very similar with a piece of lace to make that flower. Okay, all you do is, you've got, this is 7 inches. You want to just get, I should really put a knot in here, but we won't. At the top end of this lace, there's a fine little woven row, and you just want to get all of that. Right, you've got it all on your needle. Pull it all the way through. Yeah, pull it tight. and sort of gathered it, it's all gathered up, and then try and make some kind of a knot there. Yeah, and cut that. Well, you don't have to cut it off, you can just open that up. Now I'm going to just cut this off. It's easier to do this with glue. And then you've got like a raw edge, and because it's lace, it's a bit unravelly. So what I tend to do is I tend to fold the last bit over a little bit. I tend to get some glue on that one side and then stick it on top of the other like that. All right, now don't worry about all the threads there. You can always put a little clip onto this while you're doing something else, making the next one. All right, so, and then when it's dry, you need to give it a chance to dry, but it'll dry and sort of finish that off nicely. But once you've done that, you just open it up a little bit, take one of your circles, get some more glue on there. Be liberal with the glue, and then you can get it on to your circle and just space it out nicely. Yeah, now you can get your little clips. You don't have to stand and hold it, but it doesn't take very long. So, you know, with the fabric tacks pretty quick. Just like to unravel the bits here like that. Got some threads there, but I'll pull them to the middle like that, and then put whatever it is that you want on there. So if you want a flower, or you know, whatever you want. So for example, I'll just take one of these little daisies and stick that on the middle there like that, or a button, one of those buttons I showed you to make with the fabric, you know. And then just get one of these little clips and give it a press, just to press it in. These clips are really strong. Okay, so there we have it. That's our little bits for today. I hope that's helped you guys. I love using those, and I'm going to make more because it's a country journal and I want to make lots of them. All right, so that's all we've made today. Isn't that a fair amount? And I will find places to put these into the journal. So I know one will be double, 2. So I'll take some that sort of go together, so that these sort of 2, or something along those lines. And then these 2 probably, or these 2. And then the others I'll use as singles. So I'm going to use all of these in the journal. All right, guys, go and check out what Belinda is doing on her channel today. I'm also excited to see what everyone else is doing. Have a fabulous weekend. I will be back on, well, late Sunday or Monday, depending where you live in the world, but it's UK midnight going into Monday. So that's my next slot. Take good care of yourselves. And have fun crafting. Thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate your likes and comments, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.